Today we're going to learn how to find equation of a straight line given two coordinates. So just to recap, for any equation of a straight line, this is what we call the general form. Y equals to mx plus c. So here, m represents the gradient. So we need to find the gradient because that will tell us how steep or flat the line would be and which direction it's facing, upwards or downwards. And then we also have the c value, which is the y-intercept. The y-intercept basically tells us where the line cuts on the y-axis. Alright, so this makes each line unique. Now, in this question, we actually have two coordinates, negative 2, 1 and 1h. H is 1, 7. So what we're going to do is that I'm just going to roughly plot it out just to give you a visual picture about how it actually looks like. So I'm going to plot out point G, which is here, and then 1, 7, this will be H. Now let's put it into a triangle form. So this one's here, here, and here. Now if you recall, we need to find the rise and the run to help us find the gradient. So in this case here, between 7 and 1, the rise here is actually 6 units. Okay, between 7 and 1. Now, between negative 2 to 1, this is actually 3 units. Now, of course, you can also use other ways, like for instance, finding the difference in y value, that will also give you the rise, and then finding the difference in x values, that will give you the run. So it doesn't matter. So in this case here, gradient, so I'm just going to call it as m for short. It's the same as rise over run, and we're going to have 6 units for the rise and 3 units for the run, giving us 2 for the gradient. Now, from left to right, you will realize that this is upward slope. So we do not need to add a negative to the 2. So now that we know the 2 is the gradient, we're going to have y equals to 2x plus c. So this gradient has already been found. Now we still need to find the c value, right? And what we will need to do is to use one of these two coordinates. So I'm going to use h simply because both the values of y and x are both positive. So I'm going to write down here, h is actually 1, 7. So if you recall, the first value here is always the x value of the coordinate, and this is actually the y value of the coordinate. So we're going to replace this here, okay? So instead of writing y, we're going to have 7 for the y value. Then earlier on, we had the gradient of 2, and x value here is actually 1. So I'm replacing the x value as 1, and we still have the plus c. So we basically need to find out c, so we're going to get rid of this. So 2 times 1 is actually 2, correct? So in order to get rid of it, we are going to do the balancing. I'm going to do minus 2 on both sides. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 7 minus 2 is, of course, 5. So now we have the c value, which is 5. Putting back in together, so this gradient here is 2. And now we have the intercept, which is 5. So remember, we need both gradient and intercept. And so this is what we call the equation of the line that connects G and H into a straight line.